Hey everybody, I'm Maurice Mercado, and this is my wife Ruth Mercado, and you may know her from
Simply Made Fancy.
And we decided to do a video that's going to be on all three of our YouTube channels, so Simply Made Fancy, Maurice Mercado, and also Jedi Toy Masters, which I'm wearing my Jedi Toy Masters underneath. But we wanted to do a video because we are experiencing something that's actually affecting all of us. So, we just thought we would kind of document it and talk about it and how we're dealing with it. I had a coworker who was homesick for a week, and everybody just kind of thought it was the flu. He thought it was the flu, but because of the whole COVID-19 stuff that's going on in the news and around the world, he got tested, and it took a little bit longer to get the results. So we actually just found out that he tested positive for it. So that means everybody in my office needed to go get tested today, which I did. I went to go get tested, and we're gonna find out later this week if I was exposed and if I'm positive or negative for it. But no one in my office has showed symptoms, but to be precautious, because we have to be, better safe than sorry, we are all staying home this week, as well as schools here where we live are being closed this week. So we're kind of like in quarantine mode this week.
Yes.
So it's going to be very interesting to be home, to work from home, do school from home. And let me just say this though, I feel like this is something that's it's serious, obviously, because it has to do with the health of our family and people around us. But at the same time, we understand that people around the world have been going through much worse.
And we're just sending out our prayers for everybody. We've been praying since the news started kind of escalating about it, and praying for everyone. And now that it's kind of hitting a little bit closer to home, we're continuing to pray for our families, our loved ones, people that we interact, people that we don't interact with. We're just praying that this will just write its course out, and everything in the end will turn out all right, and everybody will be fine. So
yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, we're just doing our best to make sure that we keep our house clean, that we wash our hands, we have our sons wash their hands constantly, make sure that they're not picking their nose, because as I was telling my wife this morning, when they tested me for it this morning, they basically put the little Q-tip and they take samples from your nose. So imagine,
and our boys are big nose pickers.
So imagine how many times kids pick their nose, and that's why I think kids are not really getting sick by it, but they're the ones that are basically if you think about it, they can spread it so easily, especially in school. So we're just doing our best to stay clean. We have our diffuser running in the background and all around the house, eating healthy. We all had teas this morning, some nice healthy tea.
Immune supporting tea.
Yeah. Staying hydrated. Funny because, I mean, there's families that they're not quarantined, but there's families that basically do life at home and work from home and homeschool.
So now we're testing this out.
So this is going to be an impromptu test for us as a family. If we are ever blessed with the opportunity to be able to be self-employed and work from home, we've talked about and have prayed about and toyed with the idea of homeschooling. So this is going to be an interesting week.
This is going to be an interesting crash course.
Yeah. So what you're going to see throughout this video is just basically a vlog style video of everything that we've are experiencing this week. So it's going to be our week journey through this COVID-19
quarantine.
So
Self-quarantine. I do want to say that, God is so good, because before this whole thing started escalating, I was gonna do my normal monthly shopping. I always do my monthly shopping at the end of the month for the coming month, and that's what I did. I went to Costco, stocked up on all my stuff, then went to the supermarket, stocked up on everything that I needed, and 2 days later, that's when everything kind of hit. The media, kind of exploded this.
Where we live in Westchester County in New York, we have the most cases in New York State. So it hit very close to home.
It hit very close. So thankfully I had, stocked up on everything that we needed, so I didn't have to go out, because I have reports, friends are sending me pictures of them going to the supermarket and everything being empty, no toilet paper, apparently. Thankfully, we are all stocked up on toilet paper thanks to my mom and my dad, who actually are the ones that give us our toilet paper. For some reason, they always bring it to us.
I think in their wisdom, with age comes wisdom, and in their wisdom, they always feel like we got to make sure they always have toilet paper.
They always bring us toilet paper whenever they come over for some reason. So we have, we're stocked up, just taking a little bit light of the situation. So thankfully, we have been prepared for something like this. We have a month's worth or even a little bit more of food in our home.
Yep.
So we're good. We're not sick. We're very healthy. We don't show any symptoms. And that's another testament to God and his amazing, way of how he just gives us discernment and how to do things in our lives. Yeah. Last year, one of my sons got strep, and a lot of his classmates and a lot of the school, it just rotated around. So this fall, I was so adamant about boosting our immune system at home and just doing everything that we could so that our boys would be healthy and, not have to deal with that again. Yeah. And we started with continuing regimens with essential oils, diffusing essential oils, ingesting some, getting some vitamins from Young Living that we started using with the boys. Healthier living, we try to practice as much organic as possible. Lots of fruits and vegetables, a balanced diet. Yeah. So it's been great because our health, we haven't gotten a sniffle or a cold, maybe a headache here and there. Dylan did experience a little sniffle and it went away in a day because, we just used some elderberry that thankfully, I got from my friend, and then I learned how to make it and I made some myself. So that's been sustaining us through, this normal winter flu sick season. So, we have faith that that's a God thing, preparing us for things. And that's how he works. And he did. And one other thing, it's crazy how I just started my mom's Bible study at church a few weeks ago. And it's on this book called Legacy. And it's for women and for moms, for families. And the first couple of chapters talked about fear. So I was even in tears yesterday thinking about it because it's even God then was preparing me for this situation, because the legacy that I want to build for my children it's that God does not give us a spirit of fear, that we don't have to fear, we have to have faith and live in faith, and that's preparing us for this crazy situation that our world is in. So God is good. So if you are out there and you don't have that faith and you don't have that hope, I just pray that you, during this time, that will be something that maybe is coming to light in your life, because he is real and he loves us.
Yes. Hashtag faith over fear. And if you want to know more about that, you could also you can contact us on Instagram, Simply Made Fancy, Maurice Mercado. I'll put links to our social media in the description below. For these different channels, I just want to say, for Jedi Toy Masters, this is going to be a little bit different video than you guys are used to. We usually post toy hunts and toy unboxings and just Star Wars related content, and we have a weekly podcast as well. But this is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a vlog of our family's journey through this COVID-19 family quarantine that we're
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Star Wars, because the boys are going to be watching Star Wars on Disney. They're going to be playing with Star Wars. So you might see little things of how a Star Wars family is dealing with
during this quarantine, we're going to be able to finish up season 6 of Clone Wars, and we'll be able to start catching up on season 7. And for those of you that watch and listen to Star Wars Card Talk, I'll be able to finally start talking about this latest season of Clone Wars, because we'll be home and we'll get to catch up and binge a little bit. So that's going to be good. Mm-hmm. So join us on our journey, and hopefully at the end, there'll be a happy ending.
Yeah. And we're just trying to keep life as normal as possible for our kids. We don't want to, make them go crazy if there's nothing to panic about. And that's what we're doing. We're just trying to do life and celebrate life, because we have it. We here living, so let's live and
Yeah, and from what I understand, because I've been in contact with my coworker who's basically been home. He
And
had
our prayers go out to
him and his wife
and his
because
wife.
now she has to get tested and make sure that she's okay. He had basically fever and headaches all week. So talking to the doctor that tested me this morning, those were basically like the most normal symptoms.
Extreme.
Not
The extreme.
not the extreme, but the, like, if somebody that's of normal health that gets it and gets sick from it, that's what they're going to experience: fever and headaches. And that's what he was having, and he was basically taking either Excedrin or Tylenol to just kind of like keep the fever down and help with the achiness. Because when you have a headache and fever, you get a little achy, like when you get the flu. So just staying hydrated, staying home, making sure you're as clean as possible, cleaning the surfaces that you touch, washing your hands, all that good stuff that we should be doing anyway. Like, this is the stuff that I think, if anything, this is going to be a learning experience for everyone, that this is the stuff that we should be doing anything. We should be have like better hygiene. Like, I think we've gotten a little bit carried away in how we're a little bit carefree in a lot of ways. At the same time, with being clean, also our bodies are amazing things that God created. That our bodies are able to fight diseases and fight
things that we don't see.
And there's things that we experience that we possibly don't even know about, that our bodies are fighting and we don't even know. Another thing that this doctor said to me is that over the last 3 to 6 months, there's a chance that many of us have already been exposed to this COVID-19, but we wouldn't even know it because our bodies basically knew about it, and our bodies fought it, and it went through our system, and that's it. So there's a lot of layers to this that are like an onion that are starting to become unpeeled as more information comes out. I think at the end of the day, this is just going to be a good learning experience. Hopefully it brings people together. Hopefully it creates a culture where we're more conscious about our health and about cleanliness. And let's just pray that through this, God will make a positive, So anyway, that's it. Enjoy this rest of this vlog video, and we'll see you on the other side.